Welcome, everybody. My name is Kim. I'm a community learning specialist with Do Space, not muted. And today we are talking about this month we've been talking about our 4 seasons, and today we are going to be specifically talking about the weather in our 4 seasons. So let's talk about our 4 seasons really quickly. So our first season is what? What's the season what we're in right now? It's when it gets starts to get cool outside and the leaves start to fall from the trees, and you might see pumpkins and have apples, and you might have to rake up those leaves that fell from the trees. It is fall or autumn. Yeah. And so what comes after autumn? That is the season when it gets really, really cold outside, and it might snow, and you might build snow people, and you might have some hot chocolate. That is winter. That is right. That is winter. And then our third one after winter is when this starts to warm back up. It gets a little bit warmer outside. Our grass starts to grow green again. Our trees start to grow green leaves. Our flowers start to bloom. That is spring. That is right. And then our last one is when it can get really warm outside. It can be really, really warm. You might go to the pool or run through your sprinkler. You might have some popsicles, and you need to wear sunscreen if you go outside, or a hat. It is summer. That's right. So we have fall, winter, spring, and summer. So we are going to kind of talk a little bit about the weather and how the weather can be different in those 4 seasons, right? We kind of talked about that when I was describing those seasons. I talked about kind of what it was like outside. And so what's it like out today for you? If you look out your window today, what does it look like? If you are coming to us from the Omaha, Nebraska area on November 10th, 2020, you will see that it is a little bit rainy, pretty chilly, it's overcast or it's cloudy, and all of that is types of weather. What's some other weather that you know of? What's some other weather because what is weather? Weather is basically, that's a good question. What is weather? What does it mean? Like if somebody asks you what the weather is like, how would you answer that question? How would you answer, what is the weather? How would you answer that? You might do it the day, right? You might look outside and say, like I was describing, it's cold. Can the weather be warm and sunny? Yeah. Can it be snowy? Can it be windy? Can it be foggy? Yeah, the weather is just how the outside environment is reacting to different things, I guess is the best way to describe it. So yeah, and it changes all year long, depending on where you live. So the weather is just like, what's kind of like the temperature or how warm or cold it is. What's precipitation? Ooh, that's a big word. What is precipitation? Can you say that? Precipitation. That means if it's raining or snowing. Precipitation is the kind of water type that's coming out of the sky, whether it's, rainy, or maybe it's like slushy, where it's like kind of like water, but kind of like snow, or maybe just straight up snow. That's all precipitation. Or windy. Yeah, that's kind of like how our outside is for the day. So that is our weather. And it, like I said, it changes all season long. And even within a season, it can be different. For example, today's really cold and kind of wet and maybe a little icy. But just a day or two ago, it was sunny and beautiful and windy, right? It was pretty windy. So it can change. And so what's your favorite type of weather? That's my question for you. What is your favorite type of weather? Do you like it when it's rainy out? What about when it's snowy? Do you like it when it's sunny? I think I really like it when it's sunny, but not too hot. I like to be outside, but not so hot that I'm Ooh, I'm sweating. I don't want to sweat too much. But yeah, but it's so nice when it's nice outside. Um, but but it kind of depends, you could go outside any. I think there's I think it's a Swedish or kind Norwegian. There's a saying that goes, "There's no bad weather, just bad clothing." So what do you think of that? Do you think there's such thing as bad weather? There could be, right? That saying might not take into account for tornadoes or blizzards or hurricanes and things like that. But those are kind of extreme weather. So yeah, so today we are going to sing a song about the weather, and we are going to read a book about what is the weather. And then I have a really fun app that kind of is interactive, and you can see how the weather can change, whether it's and warm outside or cold outside, and how things change due to the weather. So yeah, so the first thing I think we should do is do a little song. You want to sing a song with me? So it is "When I Look Out the Window," and there's kind of some action. So if you say, like, if I look out the window, I see there's going to be rain, rain, rain. There's going to be snow, snow, snow. There's going to be wind, wind, wind. And there's going to be sun, sun, sun. So when I look out the window, there might be rain, rain, rain. And then please, 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 sun, won't you come out again? Because when I look out the window, there is rain, rain, rain. And we'll do snow, 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 and wind, wind, wind. And then we'll end with rain, sun, sun, sun. You want to do this with me? I think you can do it. Okay. So when I look out the window, oops, I didn't do my actions. Let's start over. When I look out the window, I see rain, rain, rain. When I look out the window, look out the window, I see rain, rain, rain. Please, please, sun, won't you come out again? 'Cause when I look out the window, I see rain, rain, rain. Now we're going to do snow. When I look out the window, I see snow, snow, snow. When I look out the window, I see snow, snow, snow. Please, please, sun, won't you come out again? 'Cause when I look out the window, I see snow, snow, snow. Now we're going to do wind. We're going to pretend it's cloudy with windy. It's when I look out the window, I see wind, wind, wind. When I look out the window, I see wind, wind, wind. Please, please, sun, won't you come out again? 'Cause when I look out the window, I see wind, wind, wind. When I look out the window, I see sun, sun, sun. When I look out the window, I see sun, sun, sun. Thank you, sun, for coming out again. 'Cause when I look out the window, I see sun, sun, sun. Good job, friends. Thank you for singing with me. That's awesome. So, what do you see when you look out the window? If you're like me, like we talked about before, you might see some wind and some rain. And maybe we're hoping for that sun, 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 right? Maybe in a few days. That is right. Well, friends, we are going to move on to our calendar. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Get the right one up. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you. Share. I don't want that one. Okay. So I like our calendar because it helps with our numbers and our days a week. But this doesn't look like a calendar, does it? It doesn't. No calendar. But we are going to move to the calendar. But I need you to pretend with me. I need you to pretend that your nose is a button. Can you do that? And so when you press your nose, our screen is going to move to the next scene. So, for example, on the count of 3, we need to press our nose. 1, 2, 3, boop. So you should have seen your screen change. And so you should see the name of our month, and then this is our year. And so we just recently got into a brand new month, and our month starts with this letter. What is this letter, friends? Do you know what this first letter is that you see? It makes the na 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 sound. What makes the n sound? Na 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 n. Is it the letter N? Yeah, the letter N, like for the word nice, or for the name Nancy, and also for our month that is called November. We are in the month of November. And then this number is our year. We are in, and it's made up of two numbers, right? What are our two numbers that makes up our full big number? It is the number 2, then 0, then 2, and 0. And that is 2020. Great job. Okay, I need you to press your nose again. 1, 2, 3, boop. That looks like a calendar, right? Absolutely. So you can see at the very top is our month of November. You can see our 2020 right after that. And then underneath that is our 7 days of the week. Should we say our 7 days of the week all together? Let's say them all together. I'm going to say them with you, and you say them with the people that you're with, okay? And so let's say them all together, and let's start with Sunday. So there's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Great job, friends. And then what is today's day of the week? What is today's day of the week? It comes after Monday, but before Wednesday, and starts with our letter T. What starts with our letter T? That is our day of the week. It is Tuesday. That is correct. So today is Tuesday. These are all of our Tuesdays this month. Our month is called November. And then this number is our date today. So what is this number, friends? Do you know what this number is? Is it our number 10? Yeah, today is the 10th day of November, and our year is 2020. Excellent. Okay, I need you to press your nose again. 1, 2, 3, boop. Perfect. Oh, I need to fill in the missing day and date. So our Tuesday needs to get filled in. So I'm going to move our Tuesday where it goes within our days of the week, and then our missing 10th day of our month. Okay, we need to press our nose again. 1, 2, 3, boop. And then I like this calendar because it has little pictures or icons on special days for our month. So we have a few this month, don't we? We do. We had one. Our first one was last Tuesday, November 3rd, and it was Election Day. So it was Election Day. So it's a day that people vote on for different people that they want to help lead our country. So that was last Tuesday, November 3rd. Tomorrow, which is on Wednesday, November 11th, is Veterans Day or Remembrance Day. So it's a day to remember people that have served in our military, that maybe have fought in wars, and it's just those days to help remember those people and give them special recognition because they're very, very special, that help with our military and serve for our country. Our next holiday is our special day is on Saturday, November 14th, and that day is Diwali. It is Diwali. Have you ever heard of the day of Diwali? You may not have. Maybe you have, and maybe you celebrate it. Do you celebrate Diwali? Maybe you don't, and that's okay. Diwali is a festival. It stands for it's a festival of lights, and it is primarily celebrated in this country of India. And so it is a Hindi holiday. So it is a festival where people show lights, and it is, from what I hear, a very fun holiday. And then our last special day is on Thursday, November 26th. And friends, what is that on November 26th? Is that a turkey? What do you think this day is on Thursday, November 26th? It's Thanksgiving. Yeah. So we eat turkeys. A lot of people eat turkey on Thanksgiving. You don't have to. Some people do, some people don't, but you don't have to eat a turkey on Thanksgiving. But that's kind of a traditional thing to eat with stuffing and mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie. And so it's just a day to give thanks for what you have and be thankful for that. So yeah, it's a special day. And then let's talk about birthdays, because I know I have a birthday and you have a birthday, but not everybody has a birthday in the month that we're in. But I'm looking for friends that do. Do you have a birthday this month? Do you have a birthday in the month of November? Does anybody have I'm going to look at my participants. Does anybody have a birthday in the month of November? I'm not seeing any. And I don't know a lot of people that have a birthday in our month of November. So I might put a piece of cake just on today, because you know what? Everybody has a birthday someday during the year. So I'm sure somebody has a birthday today on Tuesday, November 10th. Nice. Excellent. Okay, friends, we are going to move on to our story. And today is, we're going to, like I said, we are talking about the weather. So my story is, what's the weather like today? So we are going to explore different weather conditions and what causes them, because it can be kind of funny, because weather just doesn't happen. Things have to, there's reasons why it's windy or why it's rainy or why it's snowy. So let's find out and see why, what causes what different weather is like. So what is weather? Weather happens every day. It is the condition of the sky above and the outside air around us. I try to say that. This says it a lot more nicely, doesn't it? So weather affects what we do each day. And we talked about what the weather was like. And what's a good kind of weather to play outside? What do you think? I guess it depends on what your definition of good weather is. So, you might think it's really great to play outside if it's really snowy, or maybe it's nice when it's a little bit sunny. Do you think these people like it when it's rainy and driving in the rain? Probably not. I know I didn't like driving in the rain today. It's not the best weather to drive in. So weather can change by the hour or by the day. It can also stay the same for many days or many weeks. And so you can see in this picture, the blue sky turned stormy really quickly. I bet if you're from the Nebraska area, I bet you've seen a blue sky turn stormy pretty quickly. And then snow can also collect in deep piles during the winter. It can just snow and snow. Look at all this snow. It's pretty deep, right? It snowed a lot wherever this picture was taken. So how does weather work? Weather isn't just one thing. It's air, it's the air around us, it's heat, it's water like rain, and it's energy at work together to make our weather each day. What's the weather look like in this picture? Looks pretty nice, right? I think I would like to hang out maybe across that river or lake on a day like this. So hot air, it rises and carries tiny drops of water into the sky, and then it drops from the clouds. And that's rain, right? So the hot air, it carries tiny water droplets up, and then eventually all those water droplets collect in what's called a cloud, to form a cloud. And when there's enough water in those clouds, it drops like rain. So you can see this is our water cycle. So over here, we'll start with A, right? So there's hot air, and our hot air goes to the top. It rises up into the sky, and it brings up little water droplets from maybe our ocean or our lake. And then they form clouds. And then those clouds are going to move over to this mountain over here. And then it kind of cools down, and that water in the clouds, they drop from the clouds as either rain or maybe as snow. So stormy weather. Ooh, do you like stormy weather? Some people like stormy weather and people don't like stormy weather. So there is thunder and lightning that can happen during stormy weather, and rain and hail and snow may fall from the sky. So these little guys right here, these little balls are like little pellets of ice that fall from the sky, and that's stormy. And ooh, I don't always like it when it's storming out, because that thunder and that lightning can be kind of crazy. Snowflakes form in clouds when the water droplets freeze, and blizzards is a storm with lots of snow. And so you can look at these snowflakes, and no two are exactly alike. Look how unique they are. And so, have you ever experienced a snowstorm or a blizzard? I bet maybe if you're from the Nebraska area, I bet you have. Ooh, a tornado is a violent windstorm. It looks like a dark shape, cloud like a funnel. And so, yeah, it is. Tornadoes are no fun. We do not want to be around for tornadoes. Those happen in the Nebraska area too. And then our last one is hurricanes. Our hurricane is one of the biggest storms of all. And hurricanes are made of powerful wind, like when we were singing our song, it was windy, windy. It's when there's really powerful wind and lots of rain. Thankfully, if you're from the Nebraska area watching, we're right in the middle of the United States, and hurricanes they hang out in oceans. We don't have any oceans around us, so we are safe. But sometimes a rainbow appears when a storm is almost over and sunlight shines through the water drops to form a rainbow. Have you ever seen a rainbow before? I bet you have. Rainbows are so nice. And that's just light coming through. Did you know that? Did you know that when light comes through water droplets, that's what makes rainbows? So that's why a lot of times you'll see them after a rainstorm. Yeah. Well, friends, that is some things about weather. And we're going to explore that a little further. I am going to stop sharing my screen, and I am going to start sharing a screen of in just a second, of my iPad. I have a really cool app. Okay, so you should be, I think, able to share my screen or see my screen where it says the weather. And this is a Tiny Bop app, and it's really interesting. So we are going to explore the weather. So this kind of is like that picture in our book, in our story, right? Where we saw a little bit of water over here, and then we saw some mountains. And so you can see that when our sun, that's not what I want. I want to do this. You can kind of see how it works when how water goes up into the sky and then forms a cloud and then it rains. And then it falls. Basically, it's just a cycle, right? That water falls from the sky, goes down this mountain back into the water, and then the heat from the sun warms up the water, and that air rises with those water droplets, making a cloud, and it's just a cycle that goes around and around and around. So let's see what kind of weather, what are some different things? Let's check out our weather here. What do you think, what season do you think it is in this scene? What season does it look like? I think this season I think it's winter, right? We got a lot of snow. And when it's wintry out, you can see this is kind of like how the air is. We have little tiny molecules. If those look like water molecules, just tiny little baby, you can't even see them, dots of water in the air. And when it's really cold, they don't move very far. You can see how they're just kind of shivering, right? Because it's so cold. And so but we can see up here, this is a cloud. So this is kind of what it looks like when it's cold outside. And what does that make? What does that look like it's making? Do you think it's making snowflakes? Yeah, when it gets, and those are it's just frozen pieces of water in the air, and now it's snowing. But let's see what happens if we warm it up a bit. So I'm going to bring over, this is some warm air. I'm going to bring over some warm air where it's still kind of cold, but maybe not as cold as it was before. And let's see how, those water molecules, they kind of can move a little bit. But let's see what that looks like a more defined snowflake, right? Look at that. And there's different kinds of snow because look at this. This snow looks, have you ever been outside and the snow is like really thick and heavy and almost like watery? And it's like really good to pack into snowballs. That's, I think, the kind of snow that's falling now. Let's see what happens next. I'm going to bring over some more water. And now look at our tree. Our tree grew some leaves. And what season do you think this might be in now? I think it might be spring, right? Because spring is when our trees grow leaves again, but it also is pretty rainy in the spring as well. Let's look at our cloud. Let's see what's going on in our cloud. So now instead of frozen bits, we have water droplets. So water droplets are forming because it's not as cold. They're not they're not freezing into snowflakes, and instead they're falling like water. Let's see what happens if it gets even warmer out. I think that might be the warmest we can get it. But let's see what this looks like. Ooh, look at those water molecules. They're moving all over the place. They're a lot more flowy because it's warmer out. Hey, so let's see what else we can do. Is that the one I want? I think I want this one. Okay, what season does this look like? Looks like we have this red. Look at those molecules, they're going crazy. Let's see, I think this is probably either summer or spring. Maybe it looks a little bit warmer outside. We have our trees. Maybe it's fall because look at our tree. Our tree is quite red, so it might be fall out. Let's see. I think at least it's pretty warm, right? So if we know, we'll put in some warm water. So I'm going to say it's pretty warm, like maybe summer. Ooh, I think it might be summer because look at the temperature. This is our temperature gauge, and our puppy is so hot. And look at our flowers. It's so hot. They're wilty, right? They don't look pretty good. They're kind of wilty. Oops. And then let's look at our water. It is just all water, right? But if we cool it down a bit, let's see what happens if we cool things down. Okay, let's see what happens if we cool things down. I think our puppy is more comfortable, right? Not as cold. And so this might be the weather like if it was, I'm going to warm things up again, maybe if it was spring or fall. And look at that. Our flowers look so much better. They're not wilty at all. They look really nice. And our water is still liquid. But what happens if it gets really cold, like when the winter time? Let's see what happens. You can see how the weather is changing, right? Things are getting icier, getting colder. Our doggy has a little sweater on. Look at its little sweater. I think it's time for the doggy to go inside its house or inside the big house, right? And then our flowers, they're a little bit frozen. And then look at our windows. They're frosted over. I can even draw on the windows. Let's see. I'll draw a smiley face. Say hi. It wasn't a very good hi, but they're freezing back over because it's so cold. And then look at our cup of water. It got left outside and now it's frozen to ice. So yeah, so the weather really can affect different things. It can affect how our pets feel. It can affect how it treats our flowers and even our tree. Let's see what happens if I warm up our tree a little bit. Those icicles are going away. And I think if I warm it back up, our leaves might grow back eventually. I think all the leaves fell. Oh, look at them. And now it's spring again because our leaves are growing again on our tree. Look at that. It is spring turning into summer now that it's warming back up. Yeah, very nice. Let's see. What else can we do on our... Did that one? And then Like we kind of talked about in our story, there can be tornadoes. Ooh, that can cause a lot of destruction, right? They're no fun. We do not like tornadoes. And then there can also be hurricanes by the ocean, and they are really windy. You can see how all the wind and the rain can tear a house apart. So the weather can be really nice, but can be really extreme as well, can't it? Thankfully, we're in a time right now that hopefully won't get too extreme. And now we're back to our nice weather. Well, friends, I am going to stop sharing my screen, maybe. Close out of that. And close out of that. Okay, there we go. Oh, we had a question. Oh no, I don't see the screen changing. Sorry, I'm just now seeing that. Well, if you're interested in the app, I'll put this in the chat. It is called Tiny Bop Weather. I'm so sorry that you didn't see that. And Tiny Bop has a lot of really cool interactive apps that I like to use a lot just because they don't have like a lot of text. There's not a lot going on, but you can just kind of explore different things like weather. You can explore, what are some other ones? The coral reef. You can explore skyscrapers, simple machines. They have a lot of really great ones. So if you're interested in that, it's a really great app. And I apologize that you weren't able to see the screen change. It did not come up in my thing. Well, and I can feature it again in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll feature it again over our Thanksgiving. I have something going. I have something planned for next week, but for our Thanksgiving week, I can feature it again as well. Well, perfect. Well, friends, thank you so much for joining me today for Little's Lab. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed learning about the weather, and hopefully the weather outside, if it's rainy or sunny, however you like. Again, there's never bad weather, only bad clothes. So as long as you dress appropriately, you can make it through anything. So I hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.